Hello, everyone, and warmly welcome. Look, if you're an overseas Filipino worker, you already know exactly what it means to sacrifice. You're spending years, sometimes decades, away from your families, working tirelessly just to build a better future. But here's the thing. Even though you're earning a much higher income abroad than you probably would back home, a lot of OFWs still find themselves struggling to build lasting wealth. Well, today, we're going to change that. I am so excited to share this explainer with you because it's designed to be your actual practical roadmap to building long-term wealth while you're working abroad. We are going to break down exactly how to secure your financial future step by step. Real quick, before we dive into all the good stuff, please keep in mind that this explainer is intended solely for educational purposes and shouldn't be considered financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. You know the drill. Always conduct your own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making investment decisions. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into it. I want you to just stop and think about this for a second. What happens if your overseas contract ends tomorrow? Working abroad has this one really massive vulnerability. Your income depends entirely on your physical ability to work and the security of your employment. If you get sick, if your company downsizes, or if they just decide not to renew your contract, that active salary stops immediately. It's a scary thought, right? But this is the reality so many face, and it's exactly why learning to invest isn't just some nice idea, it is absolutely crucial for your survival. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover why you need to invest, building your foundation, your actual investment options, how to manage risk, avoiding the most common mistakes, and finally, your exact action steps.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, why OFWs need to invest, going way beyond just having a high income.
Now, you might be wondering, hey, I earn a great salary overseas. Isn't that enough? The simple truth is a high income alone doesn't create financial freedom, not if you don't have a system to capture it, right? Because of lifestyle inflation, it's so easy to spend what you earn. Our ultimate goal here is to convert today's overseas salary into tomorrow's financial independence. Instead of just relying on your own hard labor, you want your money to start working for you. Over time, those investments can generate passive income, dividend payments, and compound growth. You're literally buying your future freedom. Which brings us perfectly into Section 2, the financial foundation. This is what you absolutely must do before you invest. A lot of beginners make the massive mistake of rushing straight into the stock market. But investing without a solid foundation, it's like building a house on sand. We have to pour the concrete first, and we do that through 4 non-negotiable steps. First, eliminate your high-interest debt, like credit cards or those lending apps. Think about it. If your debt charges 24% interest a year, but your investment only earns 8%, you're actively losing money. Paying off that debt is literally the best first investment you can make. Step 2 is building an emergency fund. You want to aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses if your job is pretty stable, or up to 12 months if your overseas contract feels uncertain. Keep this cash accessible in a digital bank. Step 3, get yourself adequate life and health insurance. One medical emergency shouldn't wipe out your wealth. And step 4, define your goals. Are you investing for a house, your kids' education, retiring back home in the Philippines? Give your money a purpose. Once you've got that solid foundation, you need to understand the absolute engine of wealth building, compound interest. This is simply when your investment earnings generate their own additional earnings over time. People often say Albert Einstein called it the 8th wonder of the world. And honestly, whether he actually said that or not, the math is undeniable. When it comes to compounding, time in the market is so much more important than trying to perfectly time the market. Let's look at how this actually works in practice, because it's pretty brilliant. Imagine you invest 10,000 pesos and it earns a 10% return. After 1 year, you've got 11,000. But here is where the magic happens. The following year, your new 10% earnings are calculated on that larger $11,000, not your original 10 grand. So your money starts snowballing. And the longer you just leave it alone to do its thing, the faster your wealth multiplies. All right, moving right along to Section 3, understanding your investment options, or the specific vehicles we use to build wealth. I really want to strip away the intimidation factor here, because there are so many great options suited for OFWs. But first, you have to understand the golden rule of investing. Higher return potential usually means higher risk, period. If you keep your money in a standard savings account, your risk is extremely low, but your returns might barely keep up with inflation. If you move up to something like MP2 or bonds, the risk increases slightly, but so do your returns. At the very top end with ETFs and individual stocks, you have the highest potential for growth, but also the highest volatility. Guys, there are absolutely no guaranteed high return shortcuts out there. So let's highlight a few of the most popular and effective options you have. First step, the PEG-EBIG MP2 program. It is fantastic. It's a 5-year savings facility that's government-backed and actually offers tax-free dividends. Then you have REITs, or real estate investment trusts. These let you earn regular dividends from commercial properties, like office towers and malls, without you having to go out and buy a whole building yourself. ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, are also amazing because they track a broad market index, which gives you instant diversification with super low fees. And finally, a lot of OFWs are looking globally, investing in international index funds. And the absolute best part? Thanks to digital apps and platforms today, you can open and manage almost all of these accounts remotely while you're overseas.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room with Section 4, managing investment risk, because we have to protect your money.
Let's face reality here. Legitimate investing always involves some level of risk. The markets go up, the markets go down. But risk isn't something to be terrified of, it's just something to be managed. We really need to draw a hard line right here. Investing is not gambling. True investing means you are carefully owning pieces of productive assets, like real estate or profitable companies, over the long term. Gambling, on the other hand, relies purely on chance for a super quick profit. If someone slides into your social media DMs promising guaranteed doubled money, 0 risk, or 5% returns every single month, walk away immediately. That is not investing. That is a get-rich-quick scheme designed to steal your hard-earned overseas salary. So the crucial point is, how do we actually manage market volatility? Well, the most powerful tool for a beginner is something called peso cost averaging. This simply means you consistently invest a fixed amount, let's say 5,000 pesos, every single month, regardless of whether the market is up or down. Sometimes you're going to buy when prices are high, sometimes you're going to buy when prices are low. Over the years, this beautifully averages out your costs, and it completely removes the stressful, emotional guesswork of trying to time the market perfectly. All right, Section 5, avoiding mistakes. Let's make sure you don't fall into the common traps. You work way too hard for your money to lose it to avoidable errors. So let's quickly run through the pitfalls that trap so many beginners. First up is just waiting too long to start. People spend years researching and never actually pull the trigger. Remember, time is your greatest asset. Second is chasing those unrealistic guaranteed returns we just warned you about. Third, investing just because a friend or some influencer told you to. Always understand what you actually own. Fourth is a lack of diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Fifth is panic selling. When the market drops, and it will, selling just permanently locks in your losses. Volatility is completely normal. And finally, ignoring hidden fees. A tiny management fee might not look like much today, but it will literally eat up massive amounts of your wealth over a few decades.
Okay, we're at Section 6, your action steps. Let's get you started today.
You've got the knowledge. Now let's pull all of this together into a practical game plan. A great rule of thumb is to try and invest at least 20% of your monthly income. So what does that actually look like? Well, a sample balanced portfolio might have 20% safely tucked away in an emergency fund, another 20% earning stable tax-free dividends in MP2, 20% in lower-risk bond funds, 20% in high-growth equity index ETFs, and the final 20% in dividend-paying REITs. Now, this is just an illustration, but it brilliantly shows how you can make safety, steady income, and long-term growth. And here is a step-by-step timeline you can follow for this roadmap. Month 1. Track every single peso you spend, create a budget, and brutally attack that high-interest debt. Month 2. Build up that emergency fund and get those financial and brokerage accounts opened. Month 3. Define your exact financial goals so you deeply understand your why. Month 4. You make your very first actual investment. And month 5 and beyond, you just keep repeating the process. You invest consistently, every single month. I promise you, consistency is infinitely more important than perfection. Now, I hear this specific question all the time from OFWs. Should I just wait until I earn a higher salary to start investing? The answer is a firm, absolute no. Developing the habit, the sheer discipline of setting money aside, even if it's as little as 1,000 pesos, is far more important than waiting until you somehow have a massive lump sum. You have to start early, even if you start small. If you take one thing away from this entire explainer today, please let it be this. Wealth is built through consistent decisions repeated over many years. It is rarely built through luck. Working abroad is just step 1. The real magic happens when you ignore the short-term market noise, live below your means, and stick to your long-term strategy decade after decade. Which leads me to this final provocative thought. The best time to start investing? Yeah, it was probably years ago. But the second best time is today. You have the roadmap now, you know the foundations, and you understand the vehicles. The only thing left is to take immediate ownership of your financial future. So, are you ready to begin? If you found this guide helpful, consider subscribing, because every week we simplify investing, personal finance, and wealth-building strategies designed especially for Filipinos and OFWs. Our goal is to help you make smarter financial decisions with confidence. If this explainer gave you value, don't forget to leave a like and share it with a fellow OFW who deserves a stronger financial future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next explainer.